Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to episode 80 of Extreme Evocast, an all-purpose Pokemon podcast where we talk about news, trivia, and everything related to Pokemon. Hi! Hello. Did you miss me? I'm back. If you're listening to this, not like in chronological order, or you just like haven't been keeping up with the podcast as it's been coming out, this probably means nothing to you. But I've been gone for like 4 months or something. The last episode that I did was on April Fool's Day, and it is currently the 6th of July. I'm not like apologizing or anything or making excuses, but like, I had to focus on graduating college. I did graduate college, by the way. It went great. I finished with my animation degree and everything is good. I've been moving into a new place with my friends. I'm all, acclimated with that. I had to do that. And also I was going to start recording this podcast like a week earlier than usual, or a week earlier than now, because I was like, man, I just like want to get back into doing content and stuff. And then I got COVID. And that has been something that I have been dealing with for like a week. And my symptoms have still not completely gone away. If you notice that my voice is a little groggy, if it's a little deeper than usual, it's because I'm sick. I still have some showing symptoms of COVID. Just for anyone who's listening to this, obviously I was vaccinated. Please get vaccinated. But I was an idiot and I didn't get my second booster. And I regret it very badly because, wow. Hey, it turns out when you don't get your booster, COVID sucks. Being sick in general just really sucks. And COVID made it way worse. And I'm fine. Obviously, things are good. Me and my roommate Max. You've probably heard them on this podcast before. No longer are they just a friend; they are my roommate now. We're living together. That's But we both got it at the same time, and it sucked. We were both just like bedridden for a couple days. We didn't really want to do anything. We had to cancel on so many plans and things like that, and it didn't go very well. But I'm not here to talk about COVID-19 as much as I'd like to, because I want to tell my tale, but it's not, I'm a little late to the party. I've never gotten it before. And I didn't think that I was going to get it, and I finally did. And hey, it turns out it really sucks. But anyway, I'm back. I'm excited to talk about Pokemon again. A lot of things have been happening since I've been gone. Just a lot of updates, a lot of things like that. Nothing too crazy, thankfully. I haven't really missed any like insane, like Scarlet and Violet didn't come out before, between now and or like last time and now, which is great. So I've had a little bit of an opportunity to be lazy with it. My senior project was, and like just like doing school in general, graduation, really made it so I couldn't do a lot of content for anything really, like YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. So I kept with Evocast because it's easy. It's like twice a week. It's not really that difficult. I could spare the time, but eventually it just got to be too much for me. So I had to stop for a while. And then moving in, getting COVID, all that kind of jazz. So hopefully you understand why I haven't been doing this podcast for a good while. But I am very, very, very happy to be back, and I want to talk a little bit before we get into things. This episode is going to be a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of cleanup since my absence. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about Pokemon, I promise. Today it is actually where we are going to be talking about a couple of Scarlet Violet things that happened since I've gone, like the new trailer and the professors and all that stuff. But for the time being, if you care at all about this podcast, please listen. Just sort of, I want to talk about where this podcast is going to be heading in the future and my feelings towards it and things like that. Don't worry, nothing's stopping. I'm not going to be ending this podcast anytime soon, as much as I want, if I can help it. First of all, I have free time now. I'm out of school. I'm in my own place. The only thing I have to worry about right now are bills and rent and things like that. So nothing, nothing pressing, nothing like daily homework, nothing like projects that are due like 3 months from now. That like took me hours and hours and hours, like my senior project, nothing like that. Obviously jobs, things like that, those take precedent over doing Evocast, but I have so much more free time and consistently things should be going up in terms of quality and content, and I shouldn't be missing days, and I shouldn't be having to delay episodes as much because of free time. And I'm so thankful for that. If you've been listening to the past couple episodes or just like the whole podcast in general, I pretty much started this entire thing I started this first episode of Evocast on my first day in my first year of college, in my freshman year of college, and now I graduated and I'm living in my own place. So I didn't expect to be here, didn't expect to still be recording this podcast now, but that's where I am. I'm gonna take my drink. I have a nice hot coffee drinking at 7:37 p.m. on a, what even day is it? Tuesday? Is it a Tuesday? That's what I mean. When you don't need to worry about, it's Wednesday. A Wednesday night, 7:37 p.m. I'm drinking extremely freshly made coffee. I just made this stuff, so like it is hot. And if you're listening in, grab a drink, make something hot for yourself, make some soup, maybe make a meal if you haven't eaten anything, make something hot. I do live in Florida, but I can appreciate a nice hot drink every so often, and hot food particularly, but there's nothing better. I usually drink iced coffee, but there is absolutely nothing better than just like a hot cup of coffee, especially because my throat, evident by that, has been dying in this past week because of COVID. So I'm trying to get as much soothing to my throat as possible. Oh my god, this is going to be a problem that's going to be happening for like the entirety. I'm sorry. I'm going to just record the rest of the podcast like this. I hope it's not too distracting for you. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. One more sip. I don't even remember what I was saying. Just, I'm free now. I have free time. Also, if you can hear, no more sounds happening. It is like almost completely silent in my room right now. And I'm very, very happy about that. No more just sounds coming from like ventilation systems in my dorm, or people stomping above me, or like cars going by outside. I live in like a pretty quiet neighborhood now. Neighborhood is a strong word, but it should be silent. You hear that? Nothing. Except for like maybe my computer, but like that's it. And I'm the silence is golden, especially in a podcast, because oh my god, it's so nice. Okay, next, I want to talk about a little bit. I've had a lot of time to think about this podcast, and essentially my plan, I was one of the reasons why I didn't really want to go back to recording this podcast right away is because I didn't really know what to do about the fact that I had taken a break, because I've never taken a break before. I've skipped episodes, sure, and I've gone back and I've done double episodes, but if you can't tell, this episode is episode 80. Despite being 4 months after episode 79. And the reason for that is, obviously I'm not going to like skip numbers, but I am not going to be talking about things that have happened in the past, like random Pokemon Go events, or like random thing. Like essentially there's a couple things that I can talk about things that happened while I was gone. in like the 4 months that I haven't been recording for this podcast, there's been plenty of updates for games and like Masters EX and Pokemon Go and like new things like that. But I'm not going to be talking about those. Despite the break, I'm going to essentially just move on like nothing happened. There's going to be a couple things, like essentially I'm going to talk about, obviously I'm going to talk about the new Pokemon that came out in Pokemon Unite. I'm not just going to like ignore those. Those are sort of important things. And like updates to Scarlet and Violet, of course, have happened. But like I am going to talk about those. But really, I just want to move on like nothing happened. Unfortunately, it is going to break the very masterfully crafted schedule that I gave myself, where episode, like, the year anniversary, the X year anniversary happened on the same day pretty much or like the same week pretty much every year. I think it was like the week of the second week of February was always like when the year anniversaries happened. Obviously no longer. I've sort of extended that by like 4 months, but I mean, like, that's fine. That doesn't matter. Really the only thing that's going to be affecting you, the listener, my dear listener, is you might miss out on a couple things that happened in the past that I just like missed. Like, oh no, and like I always sort of imagine this podcast being something that could be listened to every 2 weeks. For the people that listen to this podcast every 2 weeks, they get updates on things that are going on. They get updates on the new community days, on the new updates to the games they might play and things like that. But I don't want that to be this podcast. I don't want this podcast to just be weekly updates on Pokemon content. That's not what I want. I talk about it because it's topical and it's something to talk about, but I don't want that to be the focus. And of course, I don't want it to just be me talking about Pokemon either. I want it to be sort of like a news thing. There's a reason why I say news, trivia, and everything related to Pokemon in the intro message, in the greeting, because it's everything. I want to talk about everything because I love Pokemon. I love everything about Pokemon, and I want that to be the focus of this podcast. And so, I'm going to continue the format that I've done. That I have been doing, essentially. You start off with the news. We talk about a couple things that have happened over the last couple days, or the last 2 weeks with every episode. And then we move on to things that are universal, or things that are very, very much more topical for general. Or they just have nothing to do with things going on, and it's just sort of like, I talk about fire type for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Things are going to stay that way. It's for everybody. There's no exact audience that I want to be reaching here. I don't want to plan that far ahead. I just want to talk about Pokemon. So if you don't like the news, or if you're listening to an episode, like if you're listening to episode 50 in 2024, you can skip past like, Pokemon Go is having its like 14th community day this Saturday. You know what I mean? You don't have to listen to that stuff. And I put it in a consistent schedule because people can just skip ahead if they don't want to listen to that stuff. I put it in consistent time segments, things like that. So people can just skip ahead until they hear me talk about something else that they want to listen to. That is what I'm going for this podcast. Essentially, nothing has changed. But I just want you to know that that's how I want to go through with things. I'm going to be trying to find a better balance between those two things, between weekly updates and general topics, because I like talking about both, and I think that both are a very important part of this podcast. But it's been 4 months. I've had a lot of time to think, and I don't want to change anything. I don't think that, I'm going to do small changes, but I don't think I'm not going to change this entire podcast into something else. And I don't think anyone was expecting me to. I just want to let you know where I stand. I feel like a little bit of a maintenance update could do. with being gone for 4 months, if it matters to you. So thank you for indulging me in hearing me out about this podcast and where I want things to go from here. Essentially, I'm excited because I have more free time. I have a quiet place to record. I have more enthusiasm now that I'm not as busy and stressed out about my degree and where it's going to be bringing me in the next stages of life. I've reached that point, and now I can do whatever I want. And what I want to do is I want to be more consistent with this podcast, and I'm excited to just make content. And that also includes content for YouTube and Twitch. And I am going to plug that. If you like me and you like my podcast so far, from what you've heard, I plan on streaming on Twitch again very soon. I plan on making YouTube content. I plan on doing everything that isn't this podcast pretty soon. And, now that, like I said, same reasons why I'm excited to get back into this podcast are the same reasons why I'm excited to get back into making content for you. Not just Pokemon, but everything. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, Lillieceon, Lillieceon. That's also my name on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lillieceon. And it's also my YouTube channel. And I also probably will revamp my Patreon at some point. It's all under Lillieceon. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm not ending the episode, but thank you for indulging me in this little chat here. Let's get into the actual Pokemon stuff. First of all, I want to say I'm very excited because while I've been gone, they have been going crazy with these they've been releasing Poketunes and this new Zorua Hisuian Tales or whatever what are they called? Hisuian Snow. That are they're 12 minutes each, and there's already 3 of them. And I'm gonna be watching all of them at some point and talking about them because they look really, really well done. And I also have a bunch of Poketunes to watch. Those are also on YouTube, and I still have to talk about Pokemon Evolutions or whatever that series is called. I genuinely don't remember. There's a lot of things to watch pretty soon. And I'm probably going to talk about all of them. Sort of just in a row. Because I don't want to fall behind on them. We'll see. I'm not really sure. It depends on what happens in the next couple weeks, but expect those pretty soon if that is something that I do. Because I do really want to talk about these. There was a new Pokemon Center released. In Okinawa. And there's some stuff about it. Let me find it. Of course, I'm using Cerebi for most of my news, most of my my details about things that have been going on. It's a very good sort of archival of recent events. Obviously, thank you, Cerebi. Let's see. Announced last month, the first new Pokemon Center since 2020 has been given its opening date. The Pokemon Center in Okinawa, within the Aeon Mall, will now officially open on August 11th, with a preview on August 10th that people can apply to through the Pokemon Center website. Let me see. Is there anything special about this Pokemon Center? There's a lot of Pokemon Centers. The very first one was in Osaka in 1998. There was one in Mega Tokyo. It has Zacian on it, and it was built in 2012. That doesn't seem right. Maybe the logo. They all have different logos. This is so cute. They all have different. Because the most recent one was the Pokemon Center Kanazawa, and its logo was a Milotic, because it has a Milotic in it. And this one is an Arcanine. Pokemon Center Okinawa. And it has a big Arcanine statue in the center of it. Do they all have their sort of... Oh my god. And, okay. There's a Mewtwo in like a test tube here. This one has an Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres statues right in the front. Do they all have different things? I'm guessing this one has a Lapras, but it doesn't have an actual picture. I didn't know that they all had like different things on them. This one has a Snorlax. This one has, I guess I should be saying, that one has a Rayquaza. The Pokemon Center Skytree Town. This is super cool. Anyway, there's a new one. These are all the ones in Japan. I mean, there's one in Singapore. Where's the American ones? The Pokemon Center Tokyo was closed. Pokemon Center New York was closed. Why? Why was it closed? I guess we don't have very many, American Pokemon centers, huh? Anyway, the newest one is Okinawa, and it has Arcanine on it. The logo is Pikachu riding on an Arcanine, and right in the front of it, it has a Pikachu on an Arcanine. That is super cute. Wow, I didn't know that about the Pokemon centers. One of my dreams is to save up a bunch of money and just like go take a trip to Japan, obviously because I also want to go to Japan. But also because I want to see the Pokemon Center. I want to go to like a couple of them. I don't know how far apart they are, but I'm sure that you can find some sort of route to going between them. Oh man, I want to go to a Pokemon Center so bad. Seriously. Like seriously. Oh my god, most of them have like different starters on them too. Okay, I'm done. I'm not looking at this anymore. I'm gonna spend forever looking at these Pokemon Centers. Let's move on. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This is a big one. This is like big news. Not like super big news, but it's big. It feels like big news. On the Nintendo 64. Sorry, on the Switch. On the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Snap is coming to the, it's here, I think. Yeah, Pokemon Snap is now available on the Nintendo Switch in the Nintendo 64 software for all people with a Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack subscription. You know that like $20 subscription that they added so you could play N64 games and like I think some other ones like I don't know if you could play GameCube games or whatever, but like you could play some more games than the traditional Pokemon or the Nintendo Online subscription gives you. They added Nintendo 64 to it. And Pokemon Snap is on there. Are there any other? I wonder if there are any other Pokemon games on there. Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online. Let's look. What are the games? Do they have a list of the games? Mario Kart 64, Ocarina of Time. Oh, there's plenty. Oh yeah, they just added Pokemon Snap. They're like the only Pokemon game on there right now. The only ones that they could add are like what? Stadium and Stadium 2? Like they have the big ones on here and they also have Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap is also the only one with a trademark on it. Oh man. That's cool. I still need to finish the new Pokemon Snap. And I've never, fun fact, I've never actually played the original Pokemon Snap. But it's cool. It's nice to see that it's on there in case I ever wanted to play it. Obviously, there's a lot of ways that I could play it. But man, finally, right? There weren't really any other games, Pokemon games that you could play on Nintendo Switch Online things because I don't think they have Game Boy on there. And so like Nintendo 64 is the first console that they could really feasibly put on there, or at least the ones that they do want to put on there. And like that could be a Pokemon game because like the rest of them's on like the Game Boy and whatnot. So good to see a Pokemon game on there. I'm hoping we'll get some more in the future. Are there any other Nintendo 64 Pokemon games? I'm pretty sure it's just Stadium and Stadium 2, right? Oh, Hey You Pikachu! Oh my god. If we could get Hey You Pikachu, There's Snap, Stadium, Stadium 2, Puzzle League, and Hey You Pikachu. I love Hey You Pikachu. Such a good game. Such a fun game. Like, objectively, I don't know if it's even that good. But man, I loved this game as a kid. I remember it so vaguely. And I remember loving watching YouTubers play through that when I was a kid. Specifically when I was like 11. Because I loved this game. Such a fun game. Such an obscure game. I'm hoping that we get that game on the Switch. Anyway, I've been talking about this for way too long. I'm just excited about the N64 and Pokemon Snap. Okay, anyway, I'm over it. I want you to know that I just did a bit. Okay, it wasn't a very funny bit, but it was a bit where I panically, in a panic. I told you to get out your Nintendo Switch and to open your Pokemon Sword and Shield copy that I guarantee you 99% of you haven't opened since like 2020. And I was like, there's a code. Oh my goodness. Get out your Switches and your Sword and Shield copies right now for this exclusive code. You can get like a Gastrodon that was used in like the Pokemon Europe Championships. And I went through it for like 3 or 4 minutes. And then I realized that the code was done already. So that didn't really work out very well. But what does work out is another code that I can't give you right now. My uncle works at Nintendo. My uncle works at Game Freak. And he told me about this code that's coming soon. I can't give it to you right now because it's not out yet, and then he would be fired, and then, I wouldn't be able to get information from Nintendo anymore. But there is a Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet code that is happening. It has been confirmed by my uncle who works at Nintendo that there will be a pre-order bonus of an in-game item for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. If you pre-order it at the Pokemon Center website, you will get a serial code to redeem it in-game for a special backpack for your character to wear in-game. The design hasn't been revealed yet because my uncle would be fired if he did, so there you go. No, it's not out yet. But, there is going to be a pre-order bonus for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I mean, we knew this already. I would be surprised if they didn't do it again. They did it. They've done it for like every game since like Black and White, or something like that, or like X and Y even maybe. So like, yeah, it was gonna happen, but it's a backpack this time, and that's fun. That's exciting. I don't know what the backpack's gonna look like, but it's sort of enticing, isn't it? Not knowing what this backpack is gonna look like. It's riveting. I'm at the edge of my seat. Anyway. Sort of speaking on that, the bit that I did that failed just completely. I almost included it, but it's too embarrassing for me, so I'd rather talk about it after the fact. There is the Pokemon World Championships 2022 is happening. And I figured it's big enough of a thing for me to talk about. Let me look this up. Let me see what the deets are. The Pokemon World Championships 2022. This is for the TCG. And also for Pokemon, I don't remember. I don't know. Okay, I don't really look into the World Championships very much. They're happening on July 15th. Oh no, this is the actual World Championships. I didn't put Pokemon in the search title. They're happening on August 18th this time in London, England. August 18th to the 21st. They're doing it for 2022 Pokemon TCG World Championships. 2022 Pokemon Video Game World Championships. So there is the video games. And that's it. Well, what else would there be? Wait, is there Pokemon Unite too? Pokemon Go and Pokémon Tournament DX players compete in qualifier tournaments. What? Well, hold on. There's Pokémon Tournament DX World Championships? Okay, here we go. The Pokemon TCG, video game, and Pokemon Unite players qualify for Worlds by earning championship points at events throughout the Championship Series season. The number of championship points required for Pokemon TCG and video game players to receive an invitation is based on both geographical regional zone and age division. The very best players will automatically advance to Day 2, and some will receive an award for travel to attend the event. What? An award for travel. Some will receive an award for travel to attend the event. Pokemon Unite players will qualify under a slightly different championship point system. What's the Pokemon Unite championship point system? $1 million USD in prizes. Oh my god! Actually, like real? Seriously? I gotta play right now. There'll be 10 regional zones. I'm just looking into this. I'm curious. I've never really looked into this before, like the World Championships and stuff. 2 teams for North America, 1 for Mexico, Central America, South America, West and East, 2 for Europe, 1 for Oceania, 2 for Japan, 2 for South Korea, and 2 for Asia Pacific. This is all just a bunch of jargon I don't understand. Oh, it's $1 million total. I thought it was $1 million. Okay, no, but you do get $100,000 if you win like the whole thing. Pokemon Unite, which is crazy. Like, really? No kidding? Okay, anyway. Yeah, so this is happening. This is August 18th. I've never watched one of these before. Maybe I'll actually watch it this time and like talk about it, be interested in it. I don't really know very much about the TCG, which is probably the one that I'd watch the most. I am interested in watching the Unite one as well. I do like Pokemon Unite. There's a lot of stuff for me here today. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe we'll see as the time goes on. But that's happening. The 2022 Pokemon World Championships is happening on August 18th. And there's also a motif for it. Pokemon World Championships 2022 motif has been officially revealed with artwork focusing on Pikachu, Roserade, and more. It's really pretty. There's like a bunch of different like designs. The N in London is a Stonejourner who's fallen apart. I think that's wonderful. Premier challenges are small. What is this? Let's see. Oh, okay. It's the regionals before the World Championships. Pokémon Tournament is there. I'm really surprised by that. Pokemon Go 2? What is there? I guess battles? I have literally never seen anybody interested in like the PvP aspect of Pokemon Go. So this is really surprising to me. But also very interesting. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on this for too much longer. It's cool that it's happening. I'm excited about it. All right. Let's talk about Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go has had a slew of community days since I've been around. Let's look at them. So I've been gone for 4 months, right? So realistically, they should be like, there should have been like, what, 3? Including the one this month? Let me see. While I look this up, I'm going to take another sip of my coffee. No, this was spoilers. They're showing the one that's like, they're showing the one that's for this month. And I'll talk about that in a second. I want to see the most recent ones. 2022. Here we go. No, this is 2021. 2022. So there's the one that's happening this month, which I'm not going to talk about. There was Dino, who could obviously evolve into Hydreigon, and whose evolution move was Brutal Swing on June 25th. There was Alolan Geodude, which is cool, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool, huh? Rollout as its evolution move. Pretty cool. Oh, is that the first Alolan one? I think so. And then there was Stuffle, whose evolution move was Drain Punch. Could get a Beware. That was on April 23rd. So yeah, those are three. And then the most recent one, the one that's happening on July 17th, 2022, is Starly. Starly Community Day is happening soon. In a couple days. In like 2 weeks from now. And its evolution move is Gust. Which is not... hey, that's not really... You know, I mean, it's fine. Base power at 25. You know, I mean, okay, sure. I'm outraged, frankly. Just kidding. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how good of a move that is. But it's Starly and Staravia Raptor for July 27th. Since I've also been gone, this is what I meant, by the way. This is the stuff that I was going to talk about since I've been gone, which is also my second favorite Kelly Clarkson song, Since You've Been Gone. Since I've been gone, however, there have been, what was it? Oh yeah, Ultra Beasts. There's Ultra Beasts now in Pokemon Go. It's from the Go Fest. Let me see. I gotta find this is from like last month. But it's still cool. We do have Ultra Beasts in Pokemon Go now. Pokemon Go Fest 2022. Let me just look at the Pokemon Go Fest. The Pokemon Go Fest, the most recent one. This is day 2. Where's day 1? Is there a day 1? Let me look. Because I know that they added like a bunch of Ultra Beasts. What? Go Fest 2022. Aha. Aha! I found it. Day 1 and day 2 ran different concepts. So day 1 added... Who did it add? Did it add an Ultra Beast? It didn't. It didn't? Was day 2 the first one to add an Ultra Beast? I think it might have been. Day 2. Where is it? Yes! Nihilego. Nihilego is the first one. That took way too long to find. I apologize. Nihilego is the first Ultra Beast added, I'm pretty sure. And then they are adding more, or they have added more. It's just, you know, it's cool that they're adding Ultra Beasts to Pokemon Go. I love the Ultra Beasts. They're like one of my favorite Pokemon in this game. Like my favorite genre of Pokemon in ever. Pokemon Go Fest live event. Okay, so you can get more in the live events. 7 more Ultra Beasts will be available each night during special research. In Berlin, when was this? Did this already happen? Oh, it just happened. Okay. July 1st, July 3rd. And then Seattle. In Berlin, it was Pheromosa. Oh, okay. These haven't happened yet. Seattle hasn't happened yet. So Pheromosa is in Pokemon Go. And the ones in Seattle and Sapporo are coming later in the month. Buzzwole and Xurkitree are later. Beast Balls will be available to help Pokemon Go Fest attendees catch Ultra Beasts. Cowboy Hat Snorlax will be appearing in the wild alongside the unknown that spell out the word Ultra Beast. Fun. Cool. Well, you know, that's exciting. That's kind of fun. Lastly, Pokemon Go is getting an anniversary event. I don't know what anniversary it's for. it might be. Let me look. Let me see. Pokemon Go 6th anniversary. That's so long. 6 years. Okay, it's actually happening right now. At the time of this episode being released, the anniversary event from July 6th to July 10th. Currently, it is July 6th, so it literally came out today. Pikachu with a birthday cake hat. So, and like, oh my god, Charizard with the birthday hat, Charmeleon with the birthday hat, E Unknown, just E Unknown. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's really anything crazy. There's like, there's stickers, new birthday stickers, but like, that's it, really. Charmander with a birthday hat. Seems like Charizard and Charmander is the birthday boy this year. That's why they're getting some birthday outfits. So is Pikachu with a cake hat and a little bow tie. There are so many different kinds of Pikachu now. But yeah, you know, if you're interested in Pokemon Go and you play it, there's a list of Pokemon that are spawning, Pokemon that can be shiny, Pokemon you could find in raids and whatnot. But it's happy 6 years, Pokemon Go. When was Pokemon Go released? Pokemon Go release date. Was it July 6th? Oh my goodness. July 6th. Happy birthday, Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon Go's birthday. Well, that's good to know. That's fun. It won't be Pokemon Go's birthday when you're listening to this episode. It might be if you're listening to this episode a year from now. But as of right now, for me, it's the birthday of Pokemon Go. Happy birthday. And they're doing the anniversary event for it. All right, let's get through the rest of the games and whatnot. Really, the only thing left is Masters, which is having some kind of Summer Nights event. By the way, I looked at the voice actors in Pokemon Masters EX, and oh my god. There are some. I feel like that's the thing that I'm saying most to this episode. Oh my god, there are so many voice actors from like popular media, like anime that I've seen, from Genshin Impact, from like other media that are like very, very popular voice actors that voice characters in this game, which I didn't know. I mean, like, it makes sense. Pokemon is like the biggest company of all time right now, so like I'm not surprised. But it just surprised me. I didn't know how much of it was sort of in this game, but wow. But Masters EX is having its Summer Nights and Wishing Stars story event, and it runs until July 17th. You can get N and Zoroark, and he has like a kimono on, like a Zoroark mask. What does this event entail? Summer Nights and Wishing Stars event is an event where a festival is being held in Paseo to celebrate this summer. Great. There's fireworks. Oh, I guess it's probably like the 4th of July event. There's fireworks and stuff. That's like the whole thing. That's like the whole point. This is cute. This is a cute little event. If you play this game, there's a cute little event going on right now, with some new guys. Everyone loves to get some new guys, like Ann in his cool outfit. Everyone loves Ann, especially when he's wearing like a casual little summer getup. Pokemon Unite. Okay, we got some stuff to talk about today with Pokemon Unite. First of all, there were 2 new Pokemon released, with a bunch leaked in the future, which I'm not going to be talking about them right now. But like, there were some HoloWare and new characters being released that, oh my god. If you haven't seen any of the leaks and you care about them, like I said, I'm not going to be talking about them. But just know that they're there. But there's been 2 new Pokemon released since I last talked about this game. One of them is Azumarill, which the leaks were correct. If you remember, I think maybe even last episode, I talked about leaks for Azumarill coming out, and that it was probably Azumarill, and it was Azumarill. And Delphox is another Pokemon that just came out. What are their roles? Let me look. Let me find their Hollowware if they have any. I imagine they probably have some. They don't. Is Azumarill, like, not out yet? Am I wrong? I thought he was here. He's still here. He just doesn't have any Hollowware. What is he? He is a... He's a melee all-arounder. A well-balanced all-rounder that excels on isolating enemies to deal massive critical damage. Fun. And let's look at Delphox. No, Delphox is here. Whether you like it or not. And they're apparently pretty good. Delphox is a ranged attacker. Burn through the competition with this fiery attacker. Okay, that doesn't actually give me any information on what it does. It's a ranged attacker. It's fire. It uses fire. What do its abilities do? Let's see. Does it say what they do? Aha! Mystical fire. Let's see. I'm not going to look through all these. I'm just curious of what it does. What's its Unite move? Let's look at its Unite move. It's got Fire Spin, which is just like a pillar of fire that flies through the air. Reduce move cooldowns. Once upgraded to level 11, Mystical Fire reduces all your move cooldowns. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay, here it is. Its Unite move is called Fanciful Fireworks. Or is this its Unite move? Oh, it is Unite. Okay. Deals damage over time. It sort of just creates like a ring of fire that has fireworks all over the place. Lasts for like 8 seconds. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. What is this? Let's look at Azumarills. I'm not going to dwell on these guys for too much longer, but I'm just curious. What kind of thing does Azumarill do? It is huge power. It's a passive ability used by Azumarill in Pokemon Unite. When this Pokemon hits only a single opposing Pokemon with a basic attack, a move, or its Unite move, the hit is always a critical hit. Dang. If it only hits one moves. Okay, so it is really good at isolating opponents, because if it just hits one enemy, it's a crit, which is crazy. What is its Unite move do? I'm curious. So you want to be in one-on-ones with Azumarill, which is cool. That's a pretty cool ability. Belly Bash. What does it do? As the user ground pound its belly 3 times, granting it a shield. With every pound, the user loses HP. Okay, so this is Belly Drum. With each pound, the user loses HP in exchange for increased attack. The user can move while pounding its belly. Afterward, the user targets an opposing Pokemon and charges, dealing damage and throwing all opposing Pokemon it hits while charging. Cool. That's pretty fun. Okay, Azumarill actually seems really fun. Because like that's the kind of gameplay that I like. Just like isolating people and being a nuisance. Maybe I always want to get back into Pokemon Unite. I love that game. And I really want to play it more. And Azumarill sounds fun. Maybe I'll get back into it. I mean, I have more free time now, but that does sound pretty fun. Okay, anyway. Let's move on. There isn't really anything going on right now in Pokemon Unite. It's just, I mean, like, it never really is. Nothing really ever goes on in this game. It's just sort of like new Pokemon come out. But there are new holoware, and you know I love looking at the holoware. So let's look at some of the ones that I haven't looked at. This is gonna be a lot, by the way. I hope you're ready for it. Feel free to skip ahead a little while if you don't think that this is something. If you think that this is something you don't like very much, but like, I love looking through these holoware. So Cerebi has a list of them, and I'm gonna try to remember my hardest to know which ones that I didn't talk about already, because it has been 4 months. But I have a pretty good idea, because some of these I've literally just never seen before. Venusaur has marine style. He's got what is even going on in this he's a sailor. He's got a sailor outfit. How wonderful. Charizard has a ninja style. He's got like a Naruto band on. What is this? Hold on. What is the symbol on his? It's a Pokeball. Okay. I genuinely thought that it was just like the Naruto symbol. Like the spiral. And I'm like, did they teamed up with Naruto? Pikachu. Oh, Blastoise has a Pokebuki style, where he's wearing I don't even know what you call this. It's like it's a traditional Japanese outfit. It's got like the rope coils and whatnot. Pikachu has a chef style. Very cute. Alolan Ninetales has theater style, which is like a beautiful red like hat and dress and like neck piece. Very pretty. Wigglytuff has pastel style with the hat, the sun hat, and the bow. The pastel bow, the pastel hat. We've got Slowbro Professor style, where he's wearing a graduation hat and a lab coat. A little bit cliche, but still very snazzy. We got Gengar theater style, where he's literally just wearing like shoulder pads. That is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. Does he have like a backpack on or something? What is going on here? Nope. That sucks. Worst one I've seen all day. Snorlax has sunshine style. Oh my god, he's so snazzy. He's got like heart sunglasses on and a Hawaiian shirt with citrus berries on it. Dear God. Adorable. We've got martial arts style Snorlax, where he literally has like a karate gi on. Dragonite has gotten a marine style, where he looks like a little sailor. Also boxer style, where he's got like this sick fire jacket and like boxing gloves and like a championship belt. This guy is snazzy as hell. Espeon, who I forgot was in this game, has a Pokebuki style. She's wearing like a beautiful kimono. Blissey has a Pokebuki style, very similar. Gardevoir has a cafe style. She has a little hat on, like a Baker Boy hat. Absol has a Pokebuki style. He's got another like kimono on. Beach style Absol. He's got shorts on. Obviously, I can't really do these justice, so you might want to look at these for yourself. Masquerade Garchomp. Oh my god, he's got a mask on. And like a little red vest. So cute. Martial arts style Garchomp. He's got another like martial arts shirt on. It's black and white, cut down the middle, like yin and yang. Perhaps even. Martial arts style Lucario, same kind of deal. Practice style Mamoswine. He's got like a practice, like a martial arts practice shirt on. I don't know what you really call that. Night style Mamoswine has a giant night helmet. These are wonderful. These are super cute. Delphox right now just has the purple and orange Unite style. Very boring. Greninja Wanderer style. He's got like a massive, like one of those like rice hats on, like the wooden straw or like the straw hats, the big sort of like Japanese or like Asian style hats. He's got practice style, same sort of deal as Mamoswine, wearing like a practice outfit for martial arts. Talonflame has no new ones. Sad. Sylveon has fashionable style. Oh my god, hold on. This outfit has so much going on. What? It's like red, it's like maroon. It has so many things on it. I don't even know what this is. It's got like ribbons, obviously, a little hat, a little bell, like frills. It's got markings on it. Take a look at this for yourself. It's got like ribbon sleeves on. There's a lot going on for this guy. Trevenant has Happy style. Hoppy. Happi. Another sort of martial arts getup. A lot of like martial arts outfits. Hoopa has hip hop style. He's wearing like a little jacket. I forgot that Hoopa was in this game, by the way. Is Hoopa still like a playable character? Can you still play as Hoopa? I thought that was only for like an event. I guess not. I guess he's just sort of around now. We have theater style Decidueye. He's got like a beautiful gown on. Ninja style Decidueye has a hood. We're almost done, I promise. Sacred style Serena. Barely looks like literally anything has changed. Cinderace, pastel style. Oh my god, he looks like a little Easter egg. He's got like bright clown shorts on. And a little purse. Oh my god. Berry style Greedent. He has a berry hat on. He looks like a big berry. Mask style Greedent. He looks like a luchador. He's wearing like a wrestling mask. Eldegoss, we're almost done. Pokebookie style, she's got like a giant hat on. Like a massive hat. You know that big head of hers? Or the big like cotton puff? There's an entire hat over this thing. Which is really funny. Also, she's wearing like a little kimono. And Cramorant doesn't have any new ones. Well, there you go. I might have missed a couple, but that was a lot. There's a lot of new outfits in the game. A lot of martial arts stuff, huh? Nothing super crazy, but like cool. I like it a lot. Nothing really has gone insane since I've last talked about this kind of stuff. But good to know. Good to see. I like I said, I always love looking at HoloWare. It's very fun. I like skins in games. I think that skins in games are like one of the best ways to sort of, express yourself in that way. I love them. I'm like even the ones that make you pay money for them. Pokemon Unite is really bad at like just making you pay money for a lot of things. And so I appreciate the ones that I have. And they're nice. I like them. A lot of solid ones this time around. All right. So we're done with the main news for today. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, I have like one more thing to say, but I am going to omit the merch portion for today, just because this episode is already getting pretty long and I don't really want to get too long. I didn't have that much anyway, but I can always just talk about it next time. It's not that big of a deal. Plus, it's good to have some leeway in the first episode, I would say. So I'm sorry for all you merch and plentiful plushies fans out there, but I'm skipping it this time. Next time, though, you'll get your plushies. Mark my words. But we do have one more section. There is some new TCG stuff happening. Let me see. There was like 2 being released. Where is it? There was, let me see. Where's the TCG? Something called Lost Abyss and Lost Origin? I don't know. I don't know which one is which. One of them is American, and one of them is Japanese, I think. Let me see if Cerebi has anything about it. I don't remember where I heard about this. Lost Origin. It's the 11th Pokemon Sword and Shield TCG and focuses once again around Pokemon from the Hisui region. The set also introduces the Lost Zone mechanic into the game. The set also has the special subset Trainer Gallery containing various cards and trainers in special arts. Okay, what about Lost Abyss? What is Lost Abyss? Is there a release date? September 9th. So this one isn't out yet. Lost Abyss, though. Ah, I see. Okay, yes. Lost Abyss is the Japanese one. Which I don't know if this is the same as Lost Origin, but it's called Lost Abyss, and it's being released like literally a couple days from now on the 15th in Japan. I think that it's the next one after Lost Origin, and we just don't have an English release yet. So there we go. We do have the card list though, featuring like Giratina V-Star. So look out for those. New TCG sets are always cool. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that. I suppose we can get right into. I think that's it for the news for today. That's everything. An hour later, that's fine. There is. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry. There is a new. Let me find this. There's a crossover between Pokemon Legends Arceus and the new Hisuian Snow. Like shorts that have been going on. You can get it right now. For the shiny Baneful Fox mask. If you remember, the Baneful Fox mask was the Hisuian Zoroark mask that you could get in Legends Arceus, I think, for pre-ordering the game. And there's a shiny one now for the Hisuian Snow thing. You can get it through the mystery gift, and it runs until May 31st, 2023, which is that. Wow. Hey, I think you have some time before it goes. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say get it while you can, but no, there's no rush. All right, I think it is time now for everybody's favorite segment, where we talk about a random Pokemon every single episode. And I'm going to let you guess this time around, like usual. It is number 789. See if you can sort of guess. Pause the podcast. I'll give you some time. Try to see if you can remember what number 789 is. Which Pokemon that is. 789 is Cosmog, which is a Psychic-type legendary Pokemon introduced in Generation 8. 7, that's a 7. It evolves into Cosmo, starting at level 43, which evolves into either Solgaleo or Lunala, starting at level 53, depending on the game it evolves in. In Sun, Ultra Sun, and Sword, Cosmo evolves into Solgaleo, and in Moon, Ultra Moon, and Shield, Cosmo evolves into Lunala. We're not talking about Cosmo or Solgaleo or Lunala or whatever Pokemon comes after Cosmog, but we're talking about Cosmog. Cosmog is the Nebula Pokemon. It is Psychic type, doesn't have a gender ratio, or it doesn't have any gender at all, actually. It is 8 foot. It is 8 inches, or 0.2 meters, and it only weighs 0.2 pounds. I'm pretty sure that's tied for the lightest Pokemon ever, maybe? Close to it, if that's not the case, or 0.1 kilograms. Let's see. Cosmoem is one of those Pokemon, or sorry, Cosmog. We're not talking about you, Cosmoem. Cosmog is one of those Pokemon that I've always really enjoyed. It's cute. It's a cute little guy. I like that it's a legendary that evolves. Sort of like the entire premise of Ultra Sun and Moon, and Sun and Moon is around this little guy here, Nebby. You know Nebby. Get in the bag, all that, yada yada. And so, a lot of people know this Pokemon very, very well, I'm guessing. Can this Pokemon not be shiny? What is this Pokemon shiny form? Sorry, I'm just looking at its sprites. Can Cosmog just not be shiny? Like, I know it's shiny locked, but like they don't. Oh my! Oh, I see. Okay, its cheeks are red. It looks identical, but its cheeks are red. And its little, like, butt dot is also red. That is really funny. That it is just completely non-existent. You can get a shiny Cosmog in Sword and Shield. Okay, so, like, you can get it as shiny. You just can't really get it. You can't get it in Sun and Moon because it's shiny locked, but you can still get it in shiny. It's also, I literally thought that it just didn't have one. Because of how it just doesn't look like a shiny at all. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna rate this now. This is like a solid 1 out of 10. This sucks. It's not even a shiny. Does Cosmoem have a better shiny? I know that Lunala and Solgaleo have a better one. Cosmoem's is fine. It's like more red, and purple. So, like, that's okay, but, like, Cosmog, what, even its Pokemon Home, its Pokemon Home shiny isn't even correct. It doesn't have the red cheeks. This Pokemon is just cursed. Like, I don't think you're ever supposed to get this Pokemon in shiny form. It just barely has one. This is a 1 out of 10 for me. I don't think that comes as a surprise to anyone, but just if you were wondering. No, but I mean, like, this Pokemon is very important in Sun and Moon. Also, it only learns 2 moves, which is Splash and Teleport. It doesn't move any move by TM, TR, or Breeding, or Tutoring. It can also learn Supersonic in the anime, but that's it. Great, wonderful. So it just this thing is not supposed to be attacking. Let's look at its trivia. Cosmog and its evolution are the only Pokemon who are unable to damage an opponent outside of struggle. So Cosmoem can't either. Since it cannot learn any attacking moves, Cosmoem's attack animation is only seen in battle if a Pokemon with Illusion is disguised as Cosmog and uses an attacking move. However, this animation can be viewed in the Pokédex, the Alola Photo Club, Pokemon Camp, and Pokemon Home. Cosmog's evolution into Cosmoem has the greatest standard deviation of all Pokemon with 47.14, meaning that the changes to its base stats and evolving are the most uneven of all Pokemon. Standard deviation. Oh, that's like some math stuff, huh? What are its stats? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I see why. Essentially, Cosmog stats: HP of 43, attack of 29, defense of 31, special attack of 29, special defense of 31, and a speed of 37. Bad, obviously bad. Cosmoem's is exactly the same, but its defense and its special defense, instead of being 31, is 131. So like, I see now why they mean standard deviation is all messed up, because like It just gets like 100 into its stats. It goes from 200 to 400, but only 2 of its stats increase. Very weird. Very such a weird Pokemon. It's sort of like they had to do that kind of thing in order to make its evolution make sense, like lore wise. But it just ends up being very strange Pokemon. Is this thing any good competitively? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing this thing is not allowed in Little Cup. Oh, it can't learn any attacking moves. Duh. Cosmoem can learn Cosmic Power, though. That's funny. Yeah, it literally can't learn any attacking moves, so why would it be good? Also, I forgot to say, Cosmoem's only ability is Unaware, which is that one that makes it so you just ignore stats completely. So this thing is like the most basic of baby guys ever. This is just a little basic baby guy who doesn't know how to attack, who ignores all stat changes. But he's important to the lore, and he's cute. Let's look at his Pokedex entries. Its body is gaseous and frail. It slowly grows as it collects dust from the atmosphere. In ages past, it was called the Child of the Stars. It's said to be a Pokemon formed from another world, but no specific details are known. Even though its helpless, gaseous body can be blown away by the slightest breeze, it doesn't seem to care. Whether or not it's a Pokemon from this world is a mystery. When it's in a jam, it warps away to a safe place to hide. Cosmog is very curious, but not very cautious, often placing itself in danger. If things start to look dicey, it teleports away. Great. Okay, we're moving on. It's actually a new day for me. Something came up, and I had to delay the recording to be the next day. So good morning. I just woke up like a little bit ago, so it's a fresh day, fresh mind for me right now. Obviously nothing changes for you. I have the same cup of coffee. Last night after I was done, I had only taken like 3 or 4 sips over the course of the podcast, and so I just threw it in the fridge for the next morning and made it a nice coffee. So completely ignore everything that I said earlier about having like a nice cup of hot coffee, because it's cold now. It's what I usually do. I always have like a nice cup of cold iced coffee on this podcast. So back to the basics, I suppose. I'm going to take a sip of it right now, if you don't mind. There we go. I just had my breakfast and I have my coffee. Let's talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's not really all that much to say. Well, okay, that's not true. There's a lot of big things, but it's nothing crazy. And in fact, I'm actually going to make this I'm going to make this sort of like a live reaction question mark parenthesis, because I don't know. This isn't certainly going to be a live reaction. I've already seen it, but it's been a while. So I'm going to go to the official Pokemon YouTube channel right now, and we're going to watch the trailer. There was a second trailer, right? Oh, there's so many things here. When was the trailer? There's so many trailers for like, there's a video called Bidoof Wave, which is like a 10-hour video. What is this? Hold on. I'm taking a change. It's just a 10-hour video with Bidoof music. Bidoof is back for more fire. Bidoof Wave beats just... Okay, anyway, I'm moving on. They're just saying the word Bidoof, and there's like background music in the background. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Where's the trailer for Scarlet and Violet? Okay, fine. I'll actually look up Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Is the video gonna hear? Second trailer. Here we go. This is what I'm looking at. The second trailer. It's only 3 minutes long. So there's the biggest new things is not only is there new game footage, but there's also First of all, I want to say right here, there's a lot of speculation going on that there's new legendary. I'm not really going to introduce this like it's something new because it's been out for a good while, but I just wanted to talk very briefly about this trailer and the new things that are happening because you haven't heard my live reactions to it. And so I've seen some theories out there that there's a gas station. There's a gas station Pokemon Center. And obviously, if you haven't seen the new legendaries and the new professors, there's two of them, and they're both focused on the past and the future. And so that's sort of, I think, what the premise of this game is going to be, past and future, because the professors sort of show that vibe and the legendaries show that vibe. And the gas station, a lot of people think that you're going to be able to ride around on the legendary Pokemon like a motorcycle, and because they both look like motorcycles. And the fact that the Pokemon Center is outside on it looks like a gas station, I think that is very solid evidence for that. Imagine you're just like riding around on your Pokemon. I suppose you might be able to ride around on other Pokemon, but you're riding around on your motorcycle legendary Pokemon, and you just like stop at the gas station for a quick top up, and the top up is not with gas, but instead Pokemon health. So I could get by that. Okay, well, moving on. There's a cross-screen visual of a grape, like there's shields. It's not just a grape. There's shields, and there's a orange on it and a grape on the other one, and they're red and purple. Scarlet and Violet, if you will. So obviously that is something to do with the differences between the games. The regions look beautiful, by the way. They're just like showing some random shots of the region. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Here are the legendaries. I'm just going through. I know you can't see them. You'll have to bear with me with this like completely audio medium, but the legendaries here, what are their names? Turo and Sada, which, okay, there was, their names mean something. Yes, literally their names are based off the Spanish words pasada and futuro, which is past and future, respectively. So like, the theory that I was having isn't just like a theory. It's pretty set in stone right now that it's sort of just based on past and future. So that's fun. Sada. There's some shots of the starters looking cute, looking beautiful. There's like a new trainer. I didn't actually like take note of this. There's like this trainer here. She's asking you if you're the trainer of the 3 starters. I don't know who this is. Your rival, perhaps? Do they introduce her? Her name is Nemona. Oh, and she introduces you to your first Pokemon battle. Oh, and she has the new Pokemon. What is its name? Are they not going to say, they don't say the name of the Pokemon? Hold on. It's the little electric one. Let me see if I can find like a list of new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. What is its name? It is called Pawmi. That's what it is. Pawmi. It's the mouse Pokemon. It's an electric type. Pawmi is an electric type mouse Pokemon. Who stands at 1 foot tall, weighs a tiny 5.5 pounds. He's one of the Pokemon used by your friend Nemona. Has the ability Static and Natural Cure. Cute. It's the Pikachu clone. It's really cute, though. I really, really like this Pokemon's design. It's very, very adorable. I'm going to just go through all the new legendaries right now. Next is Lechonk. and it's sort of very Wooloo adjacent, where like if you haven't been online to see what the world thinks of this Pokemon yet. I don't know how. You probably have never touched a cell phone in your life or any kind of social media, because here it is. It's Lechonk. It's the hog Pokemon. It's literally based on the word lechon, Spanish for pork, and chonk. He's chonky. They're going with they're going with the chonk, Lechonk. Like surely that they're aware of like the chonk meme. You know, I mean, he's adorable. You don't need me to tell you that he's adorable. He's a normal type Pokemon. He's 22 pounds. Such a chonk, so chonky. Saying the word chonky brings me back to like 2019. Smoliv. Get this, it's a small olive. A Smoliv. Again, the internet lingo. Small bean. Ooh woo, you know, like you don't need me to tell you these. So I don't know if they're just like really hip online, or if it's a coincidence that they gave two Pokemon they revealed in the same video with the word small and the word chonk. Small chonky boy, ooh woo, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need me to tell you this. I don't know. It's really cute. It's the olive Pokemon. It's grass normal. Again, they're all owned by Nimona. Sorry, she isn't Pneumonia. Her name is Nimona. Smoliv stores nutrients in the form of oil in the fruit on its head, so it can go a week without eating or drinking. The oil can also be used as a weapon, but mostly to buy the scaredy olive time to run away. This is coming from NintendoLife.com, by the way. These are not I'm not fabricating these descriptions out of nowhere. I don't know if these are like official descriptions from Nintendo, but here they are. Smoliv, Lechonk, and Pawmi. Very good. I like solid designs. Lechonk is literally the most adorable thing I have ever seen in my life, and I want 40 of them. Let's continue with the trailer. I'm pretty sure they're just going to be showing all the new Pokemon. They show this like online feature, like multiplayer, where like the trainers walk up, all like 4 of them, and then they run away. And I don't know if that's like actually, if there's going to be just like online multiplayer where you can just like hang out in each other's worlds and like just like chill, or if this is like one of those things where like how in Sword and Shield in the wild area, like characters would just like randomly appear and walk around and do stuff. I hope that's not the case, because if you could just like walk around in other people's worlds, oh my god, that would be wonderful. There's more pictures, more footage of Lechonk and Smoliv. It's a video of someone catching a Smoliv. The battle. The battle is wonderful looking, by the way. Sort of very akin to Sword and Shield, but with like a black and yellow aesthetic. I like I really like the health bars. Very similar to Legends Arceus as well. Someone getting into a battle with a Choodle. So like a lot of Pokemon are coming back. Sword and Shield Pokemon are coming back, obviously. Good to see some old friends. There's like a Flaffy. Here's another gas station Poke Center. Someone trading a Bagon for a Larvitar. Someone running through a cave, and there's like a Colossal. I'm just sort of like saying words now. I'm just sort of like telling you what's in the trailer. I like, you know me. I love to look through all these trailers and like look at every single frame to see what I can spot. There's some Cryogonal. There's some Toxapex. There looks like a Clauncher in the back. There's a lot of Pokemon coming back. A lot of really fun Pokemon coming back. I hope that it's like, you know, in abundance. Sort of like, so we don't get a repeat of Sword and Shield where it's like 200 Pokemon. That's not true. There was more than that, but you know what I mean. Okay, and then there's like a Talonflame, and then we get to the meat, where it's the cinematic Legendary trailer, which is beautiful, by the way. You don't need me to tell you that it's beautiful. Shows off the 2 new Legendary Pokemon. And I'm going to look at these Pokemon's names because I don't remember what they're called. Let me see. Let me go to Cerebi this time. Good old Cerebi. Here it is. Koraidon. We don't know what type it is. We don't know what kind of Pokemon it is. We don't know how big it is. We don't know how much it weighs. We don't know its ability or any known moves. It's the Scarlet Pokemon, but it has a tire on it. Also, the bisexual flag colors. And then there's Miraidon, who again we don't know anything about. We don't know what moves it has. We don't know what ability it has, but it's sort of the futuristic counterpart to Miraidon. Nope, Koraidon. It's gonna take me a while to remember these. Really interesting that they're both named like something Dawn. It's very, very like old school Pokemon. You know what I mean, like Rhydon and stuff. Interesting that they don't really have like any like unique names. I don't know what Koraidon means. I don't know what its name means. Oh, let me see if I can see if there's any information on that. Name origin? What do the names Koraidon and Miraidon mean? Korai means ancient or past or old. And Mirai means future. So literally these Pokemon's names in Japanese are Past Dawn and Future Dawn. So again, I'm not pulling this theory out of my butt. I'm pulling it out of a credible source, which is Pokemon. Oh man, okay. I first of all I gotta say I love these designs. I think that they're beautiful. They're really, really cool looking. The cinematic trailer is really, really, really cool looking. There's not really much else other than that. We do have a release date, by the way, November 18th, which is crazy. That's so soon. That's so soon from now. And really that's it. That's all we really have. The trailer ends then. We see the release date and then the trailer ends. So yeah, I mean, oh my god, I'm just getting excited again. That's it. That's all the new stuff. I mean, you know, I like I said, not really all that much, but what they did have was crazy. Really, really, really excited. I'm not really going to theory craft more than I have to. Obviously, the motorcycle gas station theory is a little bit out there, maybe, but like the past and future stuff is right there, and it's exciting. We get to see some. That's like the theme of this game is like past versus future, tradition versus, moving on for the sake of science is what I'm sort of getting from this. Maybe it's a little bit of an overdone trope, but I'm hoping that we get maybe it'll be like reluctancy to move on because of tradition or something like that. You know, and maybe they'll be sort of like two birds of a feather. Maybe it won't be like they won't be conflicting with each other. They'll be sort of helping each other. I don't know. I'm just again pulling stuff out of my butt. This time I'm pulling stuff out of my butt. I'm just excited for what this could mean for the game's story. And for the Pokemon designs. Surely we're going to get some kind of new gimmick. Surely we're going to get some kind of a new form. We don't know the name of the region yet or anything like that. There's still so much to be learned. But what we have the very, very basic stuff here. We have the starters. We have some Pokemon. We have the Route 1 Pokemon, and then we have the Legendaries, and we have the Professors, and we have some glimpses of the world and some theories going on. This is what they want from us. This is great. You know what I mean? We have everything we need to get excited, but not too much to spoil the whole game. You know what I mean? They love to do this. They love to give us this little bit of snippet of detail, and then they're going to start next trailer. They're going to reveal some like new form or some crazy new Pokemon or like some city or something like that, some gimmick. You know, they're gonna reveal it in waves, like they always do. And I mean, this trailer's been out for a good while. Like I said, I think this is like a month in the making. It's not like it just came out or anything, which is why I'm being so nonchalant with its release. And like, we might get another one pretty soon. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all I really have. It's exciting. It's really, really exciting. I started this podcast with my first like episodic series in this podcast was Let's Talk Galar, where I talked about the new Sword and Shield games that were coming out, and then it sort of evolved into talking about Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus, and now we have a main series game coming, and it's starting all over again. We're talking about the new games again. You know what I mean? That is the most exciting thing for someone who does nothing but talk about Pokemon. There is things to talk about now, and I'm hoping that we get some new news soon. All right, you know that before we end it, we have to do everyone's favorite segment where we talk about a random move every single episode. I don't remember the number of this one. But the number for the moves isn't always the thing. I make people guess the Pokemon number because the Pokemon number is normal to know. If you know the numbers of Pokemon moves, you should. First of all, I am impressed at your ability to know things that I simply cannot. Second of all, I think maybe you should spend some more time outside. But today's move is All Out Pummeling. Which, if that doesn't sound like a normal move to you, that's fine, because it's not a normal move. It is a damage-dealing fighting-type Z move introduced in Generation 7. All up, we've done Z moves in the past. I specifically got the special version, because in the move list on Bulbapedia, there's a version for both special and physical, because it can be both of them, because it's just based on what move you use. And if it's special or physical, the all-out pummeling is that kind of damage type. There's a lot of fighting type moves in the game, by the way. I'm not going to go through them all, but I can tell you which one is the most powerful. Focus Punch. When Focus Punch is used as a Z move for all-out pummeling, it's a physical 200 base power fighting type move, which is insane. That's crazy. How were Z moves ever allowed to be a thing? I'm kidding, of course, but essentially, all out pummeling inflicts damage. Its power and whether it is a special or physical move depends on the move it's based on, which is there's 40 of them, so I'm not going to go through and talk about them. But there's not that many special moves. I mean, obviously, fighting type is not the most special moves type. I mean, there's not a lot of special moves. I mean, in the fighting type, there's in fact only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be more now that Sword and Shield has been out, but as of the time of Generation 7, there was only 5. Let's see. Any non-Mega Evolved, non-Primal Pokemon can use All-Out Pummeling if it knows a damaging fighting type move, hold to fight EMZ, and its trainer wears a Z-Ring or Z-Power Ring. The user rams an energy orb created by its Z-Power into the target with full force. Power varies depending on the original move. Okay, well, that's boring. The pose? We can look at the pose, I guess. It's your trainer is just punching forward. Nothing insane, nothing crazy. In Japanese, it's called Full Force Unrivaled Fierce Fist, which is way better than All Out Pummeling. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't really think there's much else I can say. All right, well, it's that time. It's that time of the episode where I have to say goodbye to all you boys and girls out there. So again, I know this episode has been a long time coming. For like I said, took a 4-month break, yada yada, but. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. This is sort of a new era of my life and a new era of this podcast. Not that anything has necessarily changed all that much, but I mean, it's still very nice to. It's a good move. It's the next step. Nothing may have changed, but a lot of things around me have changed, and so it's sort of changed for me. And I hope that that's evident by my by my attitude and things, and I hope you enjoyed listening. And it really means a lot to me. If you're listening to this right now, thank you so much. I put a lot of work into this podcast, and it really did pain me to have to leave for such a long time to focus on such important life duties. But I'm back now, and that's all that matters. You know, you, my dear listener, get to listen to me ramble on about Pokemon every day, every 2 weeks, not every day, but it's close enough. Thank you all so much for listening. Follow me on my social media, like I said before, at Lillieceon on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, everything like that. Anywhere you can find me, even Instagram. I don't even use Instagram anymore, but you can find me on there at Lillieceon. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!